Hello and welcome to the Rocket Lab Reconnecting mission today. Currently coming to you live from Mission Control Center here in Mahia Peninsula. Currently it is T-minus 16 minutes on the dot and we are currently standing by for the engine chill start. Currently at this time we are go for launch and the engine chilling and we are standing by for the engine chill. The payload for today will be the ECX-1 satellite with the customer of Henrik brand. This experiment, it's an experiment with sensors and wires passing through the satellite to save space. It'll be testing the resistance of the wires through the flight and once in space, and how it's going to support the microgravity and the meteorites collision. And we are 10 seconds away from the engine chill, and we're also standing by for the launch safety, where ground crew will be required to evacuate away from the pad. And currently, the engine chilling has started. The next big major event at T-minus 10 minutes will be the clamp arm and strong back retract. At T-minus 5 minutes, the team will move into launch safety, and at T-minus 10 seconds, the water deluge system will be activated, and at T-minus 0, we will have liftoff. T plus 10 seconds, we will have the water deluge system deactivation, and at T plus 30 seconds, the ground teams will move in for inspection. Earlier today, the payload was in the clean room getting disinfected by the clean room staff and has been loaded onto the top of the rocket into the fairing.
Set up and manage live streams in YouTube's Live Control Room. We've built a brand new stream workflow in Live Control Room.
Lab, it is T-minus 16 minutes. It is T-minus 16 minutes. It is T-minus 16 minutes. And currently, at this time, it is T-minus 12 minutes and 5 seconds to the launch of Electron. The payload for today's mission, as I said earlier, will be the ECX-2 satellite, as well as the small-size space observation satellite. It'll be testing a telescope lens after compacting it into a smaller object possible. The customer for today's launch is Henrik Brand. The customer for today's launch is Henrik Brand. The customer for today's launch is Henry Brand. And we're on T-minus 11 minutes and 18 seconds. And we're standing by at this time for the clamp arm and strong back
11
retract.
minutes and 18.
We thank you for joining us today, so you can join us as we go to space once again. Coming to you live from Mission Control Center, I'm a lobster. In about 5 minutes, T-minus 5 minutes, everyone will be required to move back and evacuate from the launch pad for launch safety precautions. And you can see that the rocket is actually a little bit white in the interstage area. Or sorry, on the fuel tank of the first stage, sorry. You can see it's white because of the RP1 as we've been chilling it at this time, and it's so cold that it has changed the color. At T-minus 0, all 9 of the Rutherford engines will ignite to push the rocket away from the launch pad and up into space. The Rutherford is an oxygen kerosene pump fed engine specially designed in-house for Electron using an entirely new propulsion cycle. Its unique high-performance electric propellant pumps reduce mass and replace hardware with software. The first stage liftoff thrust will be 162 kilonewtons, which is 34,000 pounds of thrust. The peak thrust is 192 kilonewtons or 41,000 pounds of thrust with an ISP at 331 seconds. The Rutherford is the first oxygen kerosene engine to use 3D printing for all primary components. The engine print time is only 24 hours. Rocket Lab excels at producing high-performance miniature avionics and flight computer systems. The computing nodes make use of the state-of-the-art FPGA architecture, allowing massive customization of function while retaining hardware commonality. Custom cryogenic valves and helium pressurization systems were developed by Rocket Lab for ultimate efficiency and reliability. The Electron makes use of advanced carbon composite materials for a strong and lightweight flight structure. Though through an extensive research program, Rocket Lab has developed carbon composite tanks that are compatible with liquid oxygen, providing impressive weight savings. Electron's second stage is powered by a variant of the Rutherford engine, providing improved performance in vacuum conditions. The total thrust will be 22 kilonewtons, which is 5,000 pounds of thrust, and the ISP will be 333 seconds, like the first stage. An optional apogee kick stage that can execute multiple burns that place numerous payloads into different circularized orbits. It opens up a kick stage, sorry. The kick stage is an optional apogee kick stage that can execute multiple burns to place numerous payloads into different circularized orbits. It opens up significantly more orbital options, particularly for rideshare customers that have traditionally been limited to the primary payload's designated orbit. Powered by Rocket Lab's 3D printed liquid propellant Curie engine capable of 120 newtons of thrust and multiple burns. Electron's payload fairing is designed to decouple payload integration from the main assembly. The all-carbon composite payload fairing is designed and manufactured in-house at Rocket Lab. And currently we're go for launch still, and the weather is looking fine. We've been getting weather reports every 5 minutes now. And we'll be changing that once we get to T-minus 5 minutes. We'll be getting another weather check at 2 minutes, then at 1 minute, and at that point we'll be go for launch. Currently, ground teams we're already at the satellite stations near the Electron, and they reported that the communications links and etc. were all nominal. So that is good to hear. Currently, now that the engines have been chilling for some time, that obviously means that we have loaded the RP-1 and locks into the Rocket Lab Electron. The payload has also been loaded onto the vehicle at this time. Final ground checks are being made for checking temperature on cryogenic liquids and etc. etc. Currently all looking nominal and ready to go for launch. Long Beach, California is now and we're now getting word now from the ground team or from the Mission Control Center that ground teams must move to launch safety in preparation for launch. So ground teams are currently evacuating away from the pad to launch safety at this time, now that we are T-minus 5 minutes and 20 seconds away from the liftoff of Electron. Currently, we have Mission Control is supervising in Long Beach, California. We have Mahia Launch Control, which is providing launch updates and getting weather updates. Currently, everyone at Launch Control and Mission Control report that all looking good at this time. Everyone is currently in launch safety at this time. And we're T-minus 4 minutes and 30 seconds to the liftoff of Electron. And we didn't mention earlier that the strong package and the clamp arm has retracted from the rocket at this time. That was about 6 minutes ago. The next major event to happen will be at T-minus 10 seconds, where the water dilute system will be activated, and then at T-minus 0, nine Rutherford engines will burst into life to push Electron into space. And we are still chilling the RP-1 and LOX at this time, and we're still looking good currently. As we said earlier, today's payload will be the SSSOS, and it'll also be the ECX-2 satellite. The mission will be launching the ECX-2 and SSSOS. The SSSOS will be testing a telescope lens after compacting it into a smaller object, or into a small object possible. And the ECX-2 is an experiment with sensors and wires passing through the satellite to save space. It will be testing the resistance of wires through the flight, and once in space, how it's going to support the microgravity and meteorite collisions. Currently, all ground systems are looking nominal, and we've already loaded the propellant as we said earlier, and we're still chilling the engines at this time. As I said earlier, it only takes 24 hours to make one of those Rutherford engines. And we're T-minus 1 minute and 49 seconds to the liftoff of Electron. Soon enough, the vehicle will go from ground power into the internal power. And we're at T-minus 1 minute and 10 seconds, and all is looking good at this time. At T-minus 1 minute, internal power to Electron. So we have gotten off the ground systems and we're now on internal power. T-minus 50 seconds. All systems looking nominal at this time. The weather is go, and we are go for launch. T-minus 33 seconds. All looking good still at this time. We're standing by for the stage 1 to suppress it for flight. And stage 1 is currently suppressing for flight. T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. Go Electron, go Rocket Lab. Electron has cleared the tower at this time. All is looking good. Electron 15 seconds into flight, all systems are nominal and the Rutherford engines are providing the thrust that is required. Water deluge system is still active at this time, and we're standing by for the shutdown, and we've shut down the water deluge system. We're standing by for the vehicle to pitch downrange. Currently all looking good at this time. A nominal liftoff, and we've cleared the tower just 48 seconds ago. And the vehicle is now pitching downrange. Go Electron. The 9 Rutherford engines are performing nominally as they should be. And the vacuum Rutherford engine is very ready for flight. T-plus 1 minute and 15 seconds, all is looking good at this time. And we are now approaching max Q. This is the most aerodynamic stress put onto the vehicle. So we will be throttling down those 9 Rutherford engines just for a little bit, and we are not throttling down the 9 Rutherford engines. We will advise when you're past the max Q point. And we have main engine cutoff at this time, and we are go for staging. As I said, we have MECO, and we have staging. Standing by for the Rutherford ignition, the Rutherford vacuum ignition. All is looking good. And we have Rutherford vacuum ignition. All is looking good. The vacuum engine is performing as it should be, and we are past max Q at this time, and we're throttling up. Pressure on the vehicle is nominal at this time. We will be standing by for the fairing separation. Where the payload will be exposed and the nose cone, as you can see there, will be separated. That's what the fairing is. So far, so good for the reconnecting mission. The pipe pressure currently is stable. And we're now going out of the thinner areas of the atmosphere. And we're standing by for fairing sep. And we're also standing by for Chico. And we have fairing separation confirmed on the vehicle at this time, making the payload exposed. And we're now getting word out that the pad is safe and working and is not damaged at this time. Currently, all is looking good, and I'm standing by for the Chico. And we have second engine cutoff of that one vacuum optimized Rutherford engine. All is looking good. We're standing by for the payload deployment. Still looking good. And we have payload separation confirmed. And that was one successful mission. Electron performed as very nominal, and we had a very good flight today. We would like to thank the FAA for making this flight possible today and giving us clearance. And we'd also like to thank the customer who put their payload on this rocket today. And the payloads are now being deployed, and they will be put into their specific orbits as the customer wanted them to be put into. That's that for the Rocket Lab Reconnecting mission. And it was very nominal, and we'll see you next time.